but it's become really serious in the last
Yeah.
few days. Um, so Haitians in Ohio are now being targeted for violence. We've had multiple days of schools having to be evacuated, and hospitals, and one local college is having to send students home for the week, almost like when COVID hit
Right.
4 years
Yep.
ago. So, how should pastors address this issue, and should they address this issue from the pulpit?
Well, it starts local, and I've been very pleased to see some reports out in Julie Roy's and Christianity Today and some other Christian media outlets covering that local pastors are welcoming the Haitians, reminding them that they're loved. That they have reached out to other pastors, and I think they had a prayer service on Friday. Some of the work that I think they would like to do has been hindered by the ongoing threats. And so they were going to have a cultural festival this weekend or perhaps next weekend that has had to be canceled. I know that there's a Haitian community center there, and a lot of the staff there are Christians. One of the staff there is actually a pastor in my denomination in the Christian Missionary Alliance. And I believe they were going to have a town hall this past week that they've had to postpone because of the ongoing threats. So there's pastoral work that's being done on the ground. There's also pastoral work that's being hindered on the ground. I think more generally, what needs to happen is that pastors need to recognize that a lot of immigrants are terrified globally, not just in that particular area. And a lot of churches have immigrants. And so pastors need to speak up to this in part to comfort their own congregations. Look, I have your back. We love you. We want you to be here. We want your family to be safe and protected. We want your schools to be protected. And if pastors are silent, the white church in America is in rapid decline, and the fastest growing churches in America are diverse. They are usually charismatic, Pentecostal assemblies, etc. And those are very diverse congregations. The churches are generally very diverse. And so in those congregations, if you want to be a church in the next 50 to 100 years in America, you have to talk up about this stuff because that's your people. That's not those people. That's our people. That's us. And so I think it's really up to every pastor to make mention of it, whether you do it in announcements or you preach on the subject of immigration and God's heart for those that are coming from out of town, so to speak. And frankly, that you make it a priority in your preaching to reassure people that you're listening to their fear, because fear is what ruins our relationship with one another and with God. And right now, fear is the language of politics. It's the language of how immigrants are being talked about. And it is what biblically just ruins people.